I think this is a wonderful, wonderful thing that we can do for each other. It's truly a godsend, and it would be a godsend to any server, any person who works in the kitchen, the dishwashers, anybody who works in a restaurant, because we never do plan for these eventualities.
So in January of this year, I fell very ill, lost massive weight, constant vomiting, fatigue, tiredness, and it got to the point where even after my general practitioner couldn't figure it out, and I went to the ER, they came up with the diagnosis of bacterial endocarditis, which is an infection of my heart.
I went for a routine mammogram, and it was discovered that I had breast cancer. I was not given an option for a lumpectomy. They told me they needed to remove my right breast. And so that was pretty shocking. And then just trying to keep your life together with working and paying your bills. And I thought, how in the world am I going to handle this emotionally, financially?
My husband was out one night with his friends and was basically jumped by 9 or 10 guys. After knowing the extent of his injuries, it was clear that he was going to be hospitalized for an extended amount of time. He had severe trauma to the brain, and his skull was fractured in 8 places, so you just never, you don't know what you're going to be left with. Going in to speak to my managers about my situation and making a new schedule for me at work, one of my managers mentioned the Hope Fund and that I should apply. And so I did, and she talked me through the application process. Told me to submit any financial thing that I was now responsible for since my husband was out of work. And so I did and was approved, and they're paid. So it was a huge relief. One less thing to worry about while my husband was recovering.
I love my job very, very much. It's been very good to me. I've had great experiences here, great management here that treats me well. It's almost my dream job.
I met Jolie Tomaselli approximately 9 years ago, almost to the date. She was one of the first people I met when I started here at A1A Aleworks. I've lovingly referred to her as my workhorse. Banquets can be physically challenging. They're stressful and they're very important to execute appropriately. And Jolie is a star amongst us. Approximately 3 months ago, my phone rang and my caller ID said Jolie. I picked it up and she said, "Hi, I have colon cancer."
The very first thing that I thought of wasn't how am I going to beat this cancer. The very first thing I thought of is how am I going to pay the bills?
She said, "I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need to keep working. And I'm going to need to keep my insurance."
I have an 11-year-old little girl. I have a wonderful husband, and I did not know how I was going to be able to have cancer and be able to survive.
I have a mortgage to pay and an elderly father I take care of, and so I was just like, how am I going to make ends meet? And it really contributed and helped me be able to stay in my home and focus on healing.
I was not even in treatment when they'd already called me back. By the time I was in treatment, all my bills had been paid for 2 months, and it was exactly 2 months that I was going to be out of work. So this was like a miracle.
The Hope Fund is built by employees and helps employees.
I didn't know at first that we could contribute. I thought this was something that management did for us. When I found out it was us contributing to our own fund, it was as simple as checking a box, writing my name, my signature. It was that easy. It's kind of nice to know that the Hope Foundation is self-funded in a way. Not that management doesn't contribute, but that all employees contribute.
For every person in this company to give a simple dollar donation, and you just multiply and multiply and multiply.
No matter if you donate 10 cents to $1 to $10, it's going to make a difference, no matter the amount.
When all of us come together as a family and contribute, it's huge, it adds up, and it really helps in your time of need.
I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing for people to be able to not only take care of each other, but take care of themselves. It takes a huge burden off to not have to worry about the bills, because the bills really should be the least of it when you're going through a crisis.
It's awesome to be a part of that on even the donating side, to know that whether or not you know this person or have ever met them, you know that your money saved them.
I think our whole purpose on earth is to give and to give back. And we get busy in our daily routines, and sometimes we don't think about giving back or how we can give back. This is an opportunity that takes one check mark and one signature, and you're able to give back to your coworkers, and in turn, in case you need it, it'll be there for you as well.
I can't tell you how grateful I am for the Hope Foundation.
She's amazing. She's the bravest woman I know. And that is why I choose to contribute.
I definitely contribute.
I'm happy to say I contribute.
I contribute.
I contribute.
Yo contribuyo.
I contribute.
I contribute.
Yo contribuyo.
I definitely contribute.
I contribute.
I contribute.
We contribute.
We contribute.